To begin my lesson that I conducted with my water polo team, I posed 2 questions. What is support, and when do we support someone? Their answers were that support is helping out when someone needs it and being encouraging, and that we support someone when people are having struggles with life and when they ask for help. After talking about their answers, I pointed out that we don't always know when someone is in need of our support. To further understand this idea, I played the Under the Surface video for them to watch and analyze. After watching the video, we discussed the message that it had and what their thoughts were. I then began to teach them the difference of our 10% and our 90%. I explained how the 10% is what we put out for others to see, and our 90% are the feelings that we keep hidden. To transition to our first activity, I then explained how our 10% is also known as the mask we wear. I discussed the concept of the mask, shared my own, then handed out supplies for them to create their own mask. I had each person anonymously write down at least 3 things to put on each side of their mask. After, I collected them and handed out a different one to each person. They shared what the mask they received had written on, and after, we discussed how a lot of us were feeling the same beneath the mask, showing how we are not alone in what we go through and how we can all support one another through what we are feeling. To show another example of our 10% and 90% in the mask that we wear, I played Mr. Wright's story, and when we finished watching, we identified his 10% and his 90%. Because I did my project with my water polo team, I thought that a great way to end off my lesson would be to relate supporting to teamwork. I did this by having them take on the challenge of drawing in a group with only one marker. They started off by drawing a circle with their team, but then I increased the difficulty in the second round by making them draw a house. The first round allowed them to figure out what worked well in supporting each other to complete their drawing. They seemed to have the most success when they communicated, which I will be showing in the upcoming clips.
Let's try that. There we go. It has a time.
Wait, do you want to switch floor? Yeah, sure. I'll go.
Guys,
Wait, restart, go like this, right?
We're doing a house?
Yes.
A house?
A house.
Oh, shoot, okay.
I was thinking like, that could be like the...
Let's do a triangle where we're pointing towards.
Overall, my group got a refresher on what support is and reminded that we don't always know when someone needs our support. Their understanding of what their 10% and 90% is increased from 55.6% and 67.7% to 100% as measured by their surveys.